Welcome, people. Welcome to another episode of the Wahaala Podcast. This is the Wahaala Boys. Thank you so much for joining. Wherever you're listening to this, I just thought I should play this Afrobeat instrumental again because this is a banger. Again, it's on YouTube, people. If you want to do your Afrobeat stuff to this, you should go on YouTube, pick it up. It's a really, really good instrumental. Okay, it's called Afrobeat instrumental. Run me, my love. I don't even know what that means, but the guy called it "Run Me, My Love." But thank you so much, people. Thanks so much for joining us. This is the Wahaala Boys. This is the Wahaala Podcast. The person speaking to you right now is Mr. Nobody, and I can't do this without my co-host and our commie. So thank you. Welcome to another episode, another one that's promising. Well, I promise. Well, let me not lie. I'm not promising because I don't know. I'm not Mr. Promise. Okay.
Well, there's a King Promise anyway.
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I'm not King Promise.
Well, he did promise apparently some woman who was his manager that when they make it, they're gonna enjoy it. No, it's apparently chopping the woman on the side. Long story short, he made it. The woman did not make it.
I'm not King Promise. But if you stick with us to the end of the episode, this is probably going to be another lovely one. Thank you so much for everybody that's been showing support.
I always told you. How do you know things are going to be lovely?
Because I just feel like it. And I feel like it. I feel like, in this coronavirus stage and we being isolated and quarantined, we all going crazy out here. But a few things are keeping us alive, like having conversations that probably would enlighten or let us know how vain we are. He don't want it to chew. We're going to have a lovely episode now. That's what I know.
What's it called? Roaming about today, I was trying to say this week, looking at stuff and trying to find stories that we could talk about, I thought
in this quarantine period, you're roaming about. Are you finding stuff? Okay.
When I say roaming about, I'm roaming about on the net. We're not roaming about on the streets.
Well, you didn't clarify that. You said roaming about.
Nobody's out here on the streets. You're on lockdown, man. Nobody's out here on the streets. And
well, tell that to the girl that's going over to her boyfriend's house.
Well, they've lifted the lockdown.
Well, they lifted the lockdown. Yeah,
because of her.
But they didn't leave the coronavirus. Or they didn't eradicate it.
No, nobody's lifting coronavirus.
Okay, what are we talking about anyways? What have you roamed about and find?
Now, I wanted to talk about 3 stories that I found that I thought was a bit ridiculous. Anyway, how time you find these stories and you're like,
wait, is there some stories that are ridiculous in this coronavirus stage? I mean, right now we should all just be talking about the actual. Well, it's no longer an elephant in the room, but a major giant in the room. Coronavirus.
Well, that's what
Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
Leave that strip out. Anyway, in Kenya, they had people in quarantine, right? And apparently 50 of them just climbed the wall and just ducked out. I ain't even joking.
Well, they're hungry. They're starving for sex. What is it? Because they're not in jail, right?
Like in Ghana, a couple of them that were supposed to be in quarantine did duck out. But
what do you mean supposed to be in quarantine? Like they're not in jail. They're normal individuals. Why would they?
Yeah, but you can still be in quarantine. Like let's say, for instance, in Ghana, what they did was if you had just come into the country, like you just traveling and came to the country, they're not gonna let you. So they just quarantine for 14 days. If there's no what's it called? There's no signs and that kind of thing, then you can go to your family or go do whatever you want. Now, in Kenya, apparently, some of these people were just being picked up on the street. People were disobeying the lockdown and stuff like that. They pick you up and then they put you in quarantine or whatever it was.
I don't blame them for climbing out.
Whatever it is. These people are supposed
I do not blame them.
It's not just them. Whatever it is. The story is, these people are in quarantine. And the bad thing is somebody's filming them. This is the bit I don't even get.
Yeah, but why would they, first of all, why would they quarantine people? For what reason do they have to quarantine people? Like,
no, that's what I said. If you just come
stay
to the
home,
country,
yeah, that would make sense if you come into the country. But then if you pass over 14 days and you still letting me out, I've got to find a way to get out.
They let you out.
Okay.
These people have just been quarantined. It's not like they haven't passed the mandatory thing. Some of them were moaning about the fact that they gotta feed themselves. I'm like, if you're at home, you would have fed yourself anyway. But anyway.
No, but hold on. Maybe they're not feeding them.
Yeah, but you have to, if you pay, they're saying that you get look, point is, for me, why I think is ridiculous is like, somebody's filming them climbing out of these walls. It's not like,
yeah,
the just came that these people ran away.
Like moment. Like, this is going to look good on Instagram. Okay, and I bet that person was right because you saw it. Where did you see it? Be honest. Where?
I thought I saw it on the BBC News anyway. So
exactly.
It's
and the BBC probably jacked it from Instagram.
Well, they paid. They probably paid for it if they're using it.
So it makes sense for them. Took it anyway. Look, first of all, how get your hustle on. I get that part. Okay? But it's a dangerous hustle because you could get coronavirus.
Well, maybe they were observing the social distance, innit?
Yeah, but well, actually, you can record from afar, right? So I guess get your hustle on. Get your hustle on. I mean, you did the right thing. You went there and find people that were.
I don't even know whether they went there or maybe it might just be.
They're not convicts. So I don't even understand how.
Well, they're just climbing walls.
You could have just walked out the door. Like, it's not mandatory.
No, if you quarantine, it's mandatory. You can't just walk out the door. That's the whole point.
So that place is not
danger to society.
Then it's not secured enough. Clearly.
Well, it was a war. Like, people escape jail.
It's not secured enough. It's just the war they climb over.
And the thing is, guess where some of them got picked up from? Because they went to arrest them back anyway. But guess where some of them got picked up?
Their girlfriends' houses.
Not in the bar. And I'm like, of all places.
In the bar. Yeah, it makes sense. I just got out. Who else are you going to tell your troubles to if not the bartender? You have no idea what just happened to me. What? I just climbed the wall. What war? I was quarantined, you know.
When everybody ran away from him, like, have you got it or some shit?
Dude, where did you say it was again?
What?
Exactly.
Well, are you trying to say Kenyans are not worried about,
How many Africans were? I mean, come on, Ghana, they have like late night markets, like where they just people. No one cares about this stuff in more of those places. People care about the hunger more than the virus itself, which is also true. It's kind of like a catch-22 type of thing. Like you're hungry, but yeah, you need to stay alive. But if you don't feed yourself, you're gonna die anyways. So what do you do?
Yeah, but if you're out there, you already. I just
like what? Because if you get coronavirus, there's a high chance you'll survive it.
Yeah.
But if you're hungry and you starve, there's a high chance you're not
going to
survive that.
These,
unless maybe you're starving, you're fasting or something. If you fast, because people,
there's already Ramadan now.
Gandhi fast for how long? For 40? No, Jesus fast for 40 days and 49. So we could do that. we could, right? Oh, Lord. I mean, that's how Gandhi got the British out of India, right? He fasted.
Apparently.
What do you mean apparently? They're trying to disprove the man's legacy. I don't start anything right now.
I said apparently.
Well, apparently means like we don't know, truly.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean everybody don't know.
It's a public record.
I don't know. Let's put it that way.
Don't be Thomas right now.
What the hell?
He fasted, okay? That's it.
What do you mean, okay?
Say. Like what?
That's what people say.
That's what people say. That's the man that it's supposed to be a very righteous man that you're trying to just,
as he said, supposed to be. But then it was racist as well. Supposed to be. And then he would tell his wife, you can't take British, medicine. And then when he's sick, and then he goes take it. It's fine.
No, it's cool.
Let's not do that.
Stick to Kenya. Stick to people climbing off the wall.
Well, at least in Kenya.
And I stick to Kenya. Okay.
At least in Kenya, if you disobey the lockdown or you get quarantined and
you go to the bar,
they arrest you back and put you back in quarantine. In Rwanda, apparently the soldiers are raping women. If they catch you, breaking down the the lockdown rules. Anyway.
Soldiers are raping women. I don't understand. So wait,
so they catch you in the lockdown.
Break the story. break the story down properly, because social distancing should be at play, right? Because if you're raping, that's not social distances anymore. Like you're gonna get it anyways. I mean, why would you feel the need to go towards that direction? I don't understand.
The point is, they know people will disobey these.
Yeah, so the punishment is to rape. And these are soldiers. Hey, people that are supposed to keep you safe. Well,
then you're not gonna be out there, is it?
What?
Hey, lockdown.
You cannot justify that.
I'm not justifying. I'm just giving you.
I'm
saying it.
You're not going to be out there.
Lockdown or rape? What are you going to choose?
No, lockdown or decapitate anybody that rape. Like castrate them. What are you going to choose? Now you choose. If you catch a person, I mean, first of all, people not even practicing social distance. I don't get it. If somebody ran out of quarantine, how do you get them back?
People ran out of quarantine anyway.
How do you get them back?
Because but they'll have the face shield, they'll have the mask, they'll be protected. So it's like when you go to the hospital, of course they could do that to pick you.
Yeah, but you're not protecting your penis though, because it's going to go in.
This is not people in lockdown.
Yeah, but it's going to go in like.
What the hell are you on about? This is not Kenya.
If you raping
Kenya,
people,
that people.
I don't care whether it's Kenya. I'm saying if you're raping people and you wear your PPE, you know that PPE stuff, but you're not protecting.
They said it's your face.
You're not protecting down there.
It's your eye, your nose, or your mouth. They didn't say you can get it through down there.
You can, of course. Of course
you can. Put a condom in. What's wrong with you?
What? Okay. All right.
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean what's wrong? You know what's wrong with you?
I'm trying to
put a condom
on. The fact that you're gonna rape someone doesn't mean you're gonna get coronavirus. That's what I'm saying.
Coronavirus.
But the thing is,
but this is crazy. Though. How could they be raping people?
The thing is, I don't necessarily believe the story that it's actual soldiers. The reason I'm saying that is they said people who were in like soldiers' uniform, and in Ghana, for instance, right, there were a couple of people.
So how they get this woman to be raped? Like how they rape? So they go into their house? Or
no,
what do they do?
like people who are abusing. Like the lockdown. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I was gonna use Ghana as an example.
Oh, so they go into the people's lockdown houses.
Let me just finish the fact.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
just leave it. Let me say.
Get there. Okay, I'm gonna
get.
If you keep telling me I'm not letting you, how are you gonna get there? Get there. All right, go ahead. Express yourself, espresso.
Look, in Ghana, for instance, during the lockdown, right, this guy was caught with a soldier's uniform, and he'll be walking around, and because the soldiers were and the police force were the one that were ensuring people were obeying the lockdown.
I get that part. Okay,
just
cool.
let me finish.
Yeah.
So what he'll do is when he sees you, he'll take money off you, and then he'll let you slide. You understand what I'm saying?
I also get that part.
Now, it's also possible that, in Rwanda, the people that are actually raping women that are not obeying the lockdown, people just said they saw them in the soldiers' uniform. It doesn't necessarily mean they're part of,
Okay, so this was happening. Like, they don't go to the people's houses.
No, that's what I just said.
So the women are on the road.
Yeah, because
and then they get caught on the road. Yeah. And then they rape you for your point.
That's why I said rape or
actually, I think it could be.
What are you
be proper soldiers as well?
No, I don't think so. No.
I think it could be.
No, because Rwanda has one of the strictest, regimes in Africa. And if you are a proper soldier and you do something like that, you'll be picked up easily. And even when you
but where's the proof that they don't have cameras or anything?
No, these women exist. So all they have to do is prove the street. Look, this is a place that they're shutting down church. This is a place that, and that's why even some people say Rwanda is blah blah blah.
So you think that the women came out anyways, right?
They didn't get them from the rape. They didn't get them from their houses. You were on the street after.
No, I mean the women came out. They came forward to say I got raped, right?
Yeah.
But chances are most victim of rape can't remember the person that raped them.
No, it doesn't.
They usually don't remember because they're traumatized, right?
Well, what I'm saying, I'm talking about the uniform aspect. I'm not talking about anything
else. And I'm agreeing with you, but I'm also saying like that uniform. You could why you say what you say might be true. It could also be real soldiers.
It could be.
It could also be real soldiers.
But I'm saying like
because in this quarantine time, where are you gonna get a soldier uniform from? You can't buy anyways. You quarantine.
Maybe you already
social distancing.
No, you could have already had it. Somebody that have. What I'm saying is like people do stupid shit. It's like armed robbers, right?
Yeah, but soldiers are people.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Of course, I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is, I'm trying to say that to make a point of some of these stories. Like when some of these things happen, for instance, depending on where it's happening and which country it's happening from, you could think about what it's likely to be. I don't know if that makes sense. What I'm trying to say.
I'm sorry, it's a continent.
It's like
Africa as a whole is a continent.
No.
There's
individual countries that they're saying shit that won't slide. I'll give you an example, right? Like if you're gonna be gay in Nigeria, for instance, you're not doing it.
Do you really have to go there?
I'm only saying something.
Do you really have? You could give me any other example.
What? Okay,
and then you're gay and Nigeria as well, like because they got arrested, right?
What I'm saying is, because
they got arrested.
You can't even have a party that's just all male. They said there was no female at the party.
Yeah, but tell the truth though, right? Those guys did
maybe the female
gay.
didn't turn up.
Those guys did. I mean, I'm not talking about, obviously that was a bogus way to arrest them. But when you hear them talk, you're like, dude. I mean, if you're not gay,
I am not a gay.
If you're not gay, what?
What I'm saying is,
you have female traits.
But Bobrisky's walking around.
Yeah, and that's because
says he's not gay.
Well, you take people for who they are. okay.
And you had that Ugandan girl on TV.
Bobrisky's not gay.
Why are you not? Oh no! What did the guy say?
Why are you a gay?
Oh my God! What do you do with this? What do you do with this?
Sometimes I believe as a continent we're pushing things forward, and then every now and then I get reminded that hold on, we're as backward as ever. Because how can a man go on TV, a pastor at that? Well, why are you a gay?
Why are you a gay?
like seriously, how does someone's sexual orientation matter right now? Like, but yeah, I get your point. It probably can be soldiers, right?
Yeah,
but I think it also could be soldiers.
It could be, but I'm just saying because currently the story says it's soldiers, but I'm just saying like the way the country itself and the way I'm thinking about it, I don't think it is. But anyway, the last one before we move on to the main topic.
I don't understand. Like this coronavirus just brought rape. Like I don't. Like, it doesn't add
No,
up.
it's just people taking advantage of situations, isn't it? Even if they are real soldiers, it's the fact that you're out there. So when you get stopped, for instance, because you're disobeying a law, right?
But don't you think if you rape someone that has coronavirus, you're actually gonna get it?
I just told you to put on a condom.
Yeah, but you have every other aspect of this thing.
Yeah, but you can have your face mask on, you can have your face shield on. What, you're not making love to this person anyway. You can do a doggy style, just have your condom on, and look, there's so many ways
you're
you
being
get
very
it.
graphical with this.
I'm just trying to tell you,
because this rape is not it's not a joke, okay? Like, but you're being very graphical with this.
All I'm trying to say, or all I'm trying to tell you, is you don't necessarily, and I don't even.
No, such a crazy
I haven't even
way
heard
to get
any report to say that you can get it through sexual contact anyway.
Do you think anyone will be thinking about that right now and that's serious?
Because your wife could have it, and if you go, like, the point is, it should be one of it's not everybody that's
if your wife have it and you're spending time with your wife in the house, you'll probably have it anyways. So having sex with your wife wouldn't make any difference anyways, because you probably have it because you're spending time with your wife in the house. Or if you have it and your wife don't have it,
how about the frontline workers? Like
they're not gonna get it because they're on the phone. They're doing the sexual phone thing. Like, they don't. The phone line workers you're talking about, right? The people that
I'm talking about front line.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the sex workers that work on the phone. That's,
No. The sex workers that are on the front line. Are they coming to the homes to service you and stuff?
That's a good point. Just mentioned. Are they working? Because they can't be working.
In Ghana, they ban it up north anyway.
They can't be working, right?
In South Africa they're not working, and they're protesting that the government should pay them or give them some compensation because they're not working.
Are you kidding me?
How are they gonna feed their families?
Who cares?
What do you mean, who cares? So you rather
your type of business is legal anyways, right? It's not legal. It's illegal.
South Africa, I think it's legal anyway. If
it's legal, then obviously.
And even if it's illegal, they know that people are doing this thing.
Then you should be treated as the normal individual that don't have a job anyways.
Yeah, but they're not compensating them. Anyway, that takes us somewhere else.
But it's true though. Like, they're actually working at this point in time.
Look.
And men are actually still going, and women, because women too.
A man's got to do.
Because what's her name? If
she's talking nonsense, don't mind that.
I mean, she is. Like, she says she pays for sex.
Yeah, but she's talking nonsense. It doesn't mean that she's not talking nonsense.
But she's
talking.
She's
out of
proud
anyway.
to say she pays
she's
for
sex. She's talking out of her ass.
Do you think it will be, if it's not true, why would she say it?
Because she's controversial. She wants to say the most outrageous stuff that any Ghanaian woman won't say.
Yeah, but she's been caught having sex with other man by her husband.
But that's not paying for it.
If you buy him food.
So he's saying, because people buy their wives food, they're prostitutes now. We've had this conversation before. Don't do that.
I'm just saying. But anyways, move on.
The last ridiculous coronavirus story. This one is even a little bit sad anyway. So this guy saw
sadder than rape.
Yeah, because now somebody's dead. So
But a rape victim is no longer the same though. Like, so.
But they're still alive. They can work through it. They can go through the trauma. They can come out
commit suicide.
Then it becomes tragic. But until you commit the suicide, it's not as bad as somebody getting killed.
Okay, let's hear this story. Because comparison doesn't add up. But let's hear this story.
Thank you.
Let's share this story. Like, who is cold now?
You are.
I am.
Somebody's dead and you compare it to somebody that's
I don't know the story yet.
But the point...
As a matter of fact, you're probably even better dead. Because you're dead, you're gone. A rape victim still have to face this on a daily basis. That's worse.
Because they have an opportunity to be better tomorrow. If you're dead, your story ends. There's a lot of rape victims. Monique, fine. Oprah, one of the richest women, in the United States. Charlamagne, one of the, best, radio hosts in the United States.
Charlamagne got raped.
Yeah.
No, he got molested.
What's the difference? Well, because, you see, this is the thing that brings the whole thing. Because you're going to bring the technical term of rape.
A man, a woman, penetration.
Okay. You're going to bring the technical term.
One is doing it penetrating.
Although Oprah exists.
Yeah. Yeah, I get your point. What's your story? I get your point. Your point is basically.
Anyway.
Like, a dead victim is worse than a rape victim.
That's
your point.
A living rape victim, not a dead rape victim. Because you said some of them can commit suicide. If you rape them and they committed suicide, then it's double jeopardy.
Okay, I get that. All right, fine. What's your story?
Anyway, my story is this. This guy who thought in Mozambique, he thought he would be a good citizen. Okay.
Yeah.
So he saw these police people playing football. And he's like, you motherfuckers. All right, you say social distancing, you're out here playing football. There ain't social distancing.
I'm trying to figure out where this is going.
He threatened to film them. Like, Yeah, I'm gonna film you and put you out there for people to know.
Cool.
And of course, you know how our police people will be in it.
Okay, cool.
And then the police just beat him up and then he died.
Okay, first of all, it's a bad thing that he died. Okay, it's really bad. But I think he was asking for it. Let me tell you why. What country is this?
Mozambique.
Okay, first of all, you see police officers that feels like they're above the law. You know this as an individual. So you decide to take the law upon yourself in a place where they probably just call them anyways. A rich man calls them up and say, listen, this poor man is doing this and this. I'll give you this money, just arrest him and put him in jail for as long as I say he should be for. And they do it anyways. So now you go, yes, coronavirus, you guys are doing what the government said we shouldn't be doing. I will record it. And then you think there wouldn't be any repercussion for that. Like you should have just leave alone, and just go home and stay home and make sure your family stays home and away from that wherever you saw them playing football. That's what you should have done. If you were rich, I get it.
Blaming that guy for trying to do the right thing.
You can't be an angel in hellfire. You have to understand that. Because you're in the midst of demons. What do you mean, why not? If you want to be an angel and you're in hellfire, let's understand this. You're not an angel. You are an hellfire. There's no way you be an angel and be in hellfire. Okay? So therefore, you're probably a sinner. Okay? So you can't try to remedy you sinning by trying to do a good thing in the midst of bad people. Bad association corrupt useful ones. So if you, the one that have a useful habit, get away from bad associations. That's what he needed to do. So he needed not to die if he had just turned the other chick. Okay. So it's bad that he died. But technically, is it though? Because he asked for it. So here goes my point, to my very early point. It's not better than a rape victim. That's all I'm trying to say. It's not.
Nah, it makes sense. So that you're saying all this nonsense.
It's totally not.
Just to come back to your point of.
There we go. Now you got.
You sick. You are.
It's really not. You're antagonizing the police officers and expect them to do anything.
Really sick, anyway.
This is not Europe, where the body can't go missing. Okay, I'm sure in Nigeria,
the body's not missing anyway. They find the body.
Yeah, because they didn't hide it properly. In Nigeria, Ghana, there are a lot of people that are dead that are not accounted for, even till today. Let's not lie to ourselves. If they're not rich enough and if they're not important enough, they will die. Nobody will know them. Nobody will know they're dead except for their family members that don't even have enough resource to go find them anyways. So people go, I'm telling you, people go missing every day, every minute, every hour in these countries, which is really sad.
It happened here anyway. How many times have you seen the posters of missing kids?
Yeah, out of 10 people, maybe one, they can't find the body. Out of 10 people, places we come from, 6, they can't find the body.
Even here, it's like the missing people.
No, I'm telling you, out of a lot of dead people in this country, especially crime related, they will find you. You must be found.
Yeah, but if they don't find you, found. Now,
the case will open to like 20 years from now. They will never forget it.
The police are found anyway. Like, it's not like the police people have not been found. That's why we know the story. That's why we know.
No, but they're probably going to get slapped in the wrist, like in America. You kill someone, you get slapped in the wrist. You just lose your job, that's all.
I try to say Black lives don't matter in Africa.
Hey, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying African lives don't matter. Okay. That was a joke. That was uncalled for. Now
it's uncalled for.
You have to understand that was uncalled for. That was just a joke. It's not me. It's a quarantine. It's messing with my head. No, but seriously, like, rape.
You need Jesus. You need Jesus.
I think Jesus needs me. No, but rape and the death thing is crazy. I mean,
the point is,
to be honest, just leave let alone. Like, if you in a situation where you don't have the upper hand or nothing, I can't even tell you what to do. But just know whatever you do has consequences. That's all I'm saying. What the heck? And this can lead to death, like in this man. Or, ladies, stay home. If you don't stay home and you happen to come from these countries that we just talked about earlier, you can get raped. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It ain't worth it. To buy onions, it's not worth it. Stay home. Because it's not only onions you remember that you should have not gone and buy. Okay? You be remembering that I shouldn't have met that guy. Because I'm sure rape people don't forget it like, the trauma that happened to them.
But that's
it's a really serious
that's
thing.
why you have to work through it. Which actually brings
and,
me
and,
to...
And in Africa,
a few
there's no... Exactly. We're going to go into that. But in Africa, there's not a lot of resources to help rape victims deal with their traumas. Well, there's not a lot. There's nothing.
I don't even know whether it's a resource issue. I think it's more of an attitude issue anyway. It's more of our attitude towards these things.
Well, that's we've addressed that in the past, and you are right with that attitude issue.
Attitude is what makes it, But like Ghanaian, what was that, actress / Instagram model / Madam, I don't care about anything / F anybody that says anything about me, and I'm living my best life.
That's a lot of slashes, like you're just slashing.
She's controversial, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's good though.
Like, a few other she posted this thing on Instagram, and I'm gonna read you what she said, and then we'll have a conversation about it.
You're probably gonna go, I'm heartless. I can see this and go in the direction that hopefully I'll surprise myself.
So it's like, the amount of female children that get molested by family members / friends of family members are unbelievable. A lot of adults are traumatized from prior adolescent molestation. These extremities needs to be addressed to a higher degree. And
by who?
Huh? Well,
we should address it.
Well, she's talking about society in general, I guess. And then she commented on her own thing saying, this is an issue that has been laying on my heart heavy this morning. Our culture makes it hard to express pain. And I want to tell you this.
Our culture doesn't make it hard to express pain.
Wait.
Let me correct that. Our culture makes it hard to express something. It doesn't make it hard to express pain. Let's correct that. Because we are highly
it's related
emotional.
Yeah, but she's talking in relation.
Yeah, so let's correct that. Our culture doesn't make it hard to express pain. Like, it doesn't. But it makes it hard to express.
Petty.
I'm not being petty. I'm just telling.
You are, because you
want us to talk about this.
I prefaced it with what she said, and then this was a comment directly relating to that.
All right,
but anyway, I'll tell you the story, and then you can go on and
Cool. I mean, you've already read it. Is there a story behind that?
Yeah, of course, there's a story behind.
So she didn't just write that. It was. She said it weighs heavy in her heart. So it was not.
Yeah, no, there's a story trending in Ghana, and that's.
Okay, cool. So what's the story?
That's what I'm going to tell you.
Cool. That makes sense now. I just thought maybe she woke up and then she went, this is what I dreamt about.
Even if that's what she did, it's a good thing anyway, I think. But anyway, this
it's a good thing that she wrote that.
Yeah. Because I said...
I'm going to let you finish your story. But remember you said that because I'm going to ask you about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Whatever. Anyway.
Whatever. No, you can't get away with that. You have been caught by the nets. Okay? For you to wiggle your way out, you have to answer the riddle.
Wiggle.
Well, go on, tell your story.
This 13-year-old that's living with a mother and a stepfather.
She have to be 13? She can't be 16? Well, we could say...
We said female children.
Because that's... The fact they start with 13 that's dark. Come on. 13? Seriously? Because she can't be 16, 17. She has to be 13. But anyways, go on. God, seriously. What's wrong with us as people in this continent? What?
You have me behind the story.
I already know the context. And you put the age on it. That's it, it's done. 13.
Know the story.
13? Okay.
What the hell?
Okay. I almost don't want you to tell the story anymore now. Because I know what's coming. Okay. Boy. All right. Is the father? Is that who did this?
You don't even know what I'm going with.
I can't, don't spoil my day.
Anyway, this 13-year-old, is living with the mother and the stepfather.
Okay.
So this stepfather,
boy,
has been, playing bedroom kung fu.
Don't say it.
Been chopping this girl left and right.
Listen. Do not use bedroom kung fu and chopping in this scenario. Okay? This is pure molestation and rape. It's plain and simple. Yeah, so it's not bedroom kung fu is we're both agreeing to play Jackie Chan. Okay. This
man has been doing illegal, connection.
There we go.
This 13-year-old. He's been downloading illegally some MP3s from this girl.
And I bet the girl probably told her mom.
And that's where the problem is. The girl went to tell the mom, right?
Boy, she probably told the other chick.
The mom, claimed he talked to the man, but it didn't stop.
Oh, so she talked.
What? Let me finish the story.
Wait, she talked.
Yeah.
She didn't kick him out. She talked. I know what you're doing to my daughter. Can you please stop?
Yeah. And he didn't stop.
Why would he stop? Think about what you're saying. She admitted that it's actually doing it. And then she expected him to stop. Why stop a good thing? I'm banging the mother and I'm molesting the daughter.
And that's a good thing.
I mean, to the man, that's the way he sees it.
Something is wrong with you.
No, but he's not. I'm doing something like, I would expect the mother to hear that. She should call all ties, all connection, kick him out. Maybe
I just report it to the police.
Maybe the bad thing would be, so you didn't even report it, but at least you protected your what's that? When they end and a chick, like end. You know when you see an end fighting, you see it, especially those roaming about chickens in Africa. when you try to touch as a grown man as you are, you try to touch the chick, you run away. She didn't do that. She actually sit down like it's a therapy section. I know what you have been doing with my daughter, so I think it's time for you. You didn't kick the sex game must be good. It's just what it is.
So anyway, because it continued, the woman took the daughter to go live with the auntie, right? To kind of
at least she finally did something.
The kid away from the situation, but
after how many?
For whatever reason, that situation didn't even work out. So the kid had to come back and live with the mom. And then my man, resumed. It was like halftime, innit?
This is a sad situation.
It's like the way the football has been suspended.
No.
This comes back and the guy
resumed. This is a sad situation.
The bad thing is, long story short, the girl got pregnant.
The girl's
pregnant now, anyway. So
how old is she now?
13. She's 13. It's not like she's 14 or something like that. She's 13.
Get to the end of the story. You must tell me there's consequences here. Like, of course, somebody paid.
Of course.
And when I mean somebody, I mean both. The mother.
No, the mother did not pay anything. But anyway, so when the girl got pregnant and she realized the mom is not doing anything about it, she eventually went to tell the father. Because the father was not aware of this thing. Now, you could argue about whether the father, had been active in the kid's life or not. But whatever the story is, the kid now went and told the father that, look, there's a situation at home, blah, blah, blah. Of course, what's the father going to do?
It's a man.
He flips.
It's going to be the lion of the family now. Even though he's a douchebag. Wasn't there at all. She don't know what's going on, but at least it's never too late, right? So
but actually,
you have to do something.
However active he was, whatever confidence, whatever conversation, finally the girl felt comfortable, or whatever it is, to go tell the father.
Because she was pregnant.
The father,
and now it was going to be physical.
So the father will know eventually.
Exactly.
But anyway, when we
start 13 years old girl dealing with all of this,
it could be that because he lives with the mom and the father might be just the money thing, like how you doing, blah blah, and the mother could have just said, "Don't tell your father this," because she went to the mother first. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, the father, apparently went while the man, and then
I don't know.
Basically, long story short, the man is getting 20 years in jail
and castration.
Labor. Well, he's not getting castration.
They should castrate him as well.
But that's where this whole thing is starting from anyway. And the point is, as you're saying, the sad thing is more from the mom's side. The mom did not protect the daughter. Your daughter was comfortable enough to come, or should I say, uncomfortable enough to come tell you about what your husband is doing to her. And your best solution, even after the fact,
I don't know how to talk about this.
And it's not the woman that even went to the police. It took the father of the girl.
Of course. What do you think?
Your kid was pregnant. So it went from the rape to pregnancy.
But what do you think? Why would it be hard? Like, of what reason? Good reason at this point would she then get up? I mean, the girl told her when it probably happened the first time. What did this lady do? She went to the guy and sat him down and said, "Don't do this anymore." Like he was even ever going to listen to her anyways. Like,
and even if you were gonna do that, let's assume you really want. At the time they bring the elder people and this kind of stuff, and that becomes a known thing now. That you are a rapist, you're raping your stepdaughter, or what we would say a daughter. So why they're not gonna, when they bring elderly people into it, at times that embarrassment and like that kind of thing puts people on.
Okay, you gotta stop there. You have to stop there because that is probably the reason why stuff like this happened. Okay, like that should never be like I don't think you get it. Like
no,
anyone that sleeps with a kid should immediately be castrated and get over 50 years. That's it. Like, there's no, like, it should be as rigid as that. Like, there's no explanation should be given. There's nothing. You are wicked. So as such, you should be treated as a wicked person. I don't care what you, I don't, like, no. Sit down and do what? Like,
no,
what?
I'm not saying that's what we
like we should give him. No,
I'm saying like I'm just, you know, like at times there's some good, better, best kind of situation. What the woman did
in
I'm saying
this scenario, that isn't good, better. Like, I don't think you understand. Is the line, okay? You are here because you didn't do anything like that. You did something like that. You've crossed the line. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're an animal. You're not a human being anymore. Because if you are, you should think that this person is a kid. They're looking up to you. You are responsible as an adult to treat them as a normal individual that's going to grow up in the society and become responsible.
Anyway, because you're married to them.
No, it's not your daughter. Clearly, it's not a blood. Okay, it's like your stepfather. So like, we can see that. All right, that's probably why you feel very comfortable to do that. Although some fathers do it to their own daughters, which is
so that guy in Austria. How many kids did he have?
Which is too like that.
And that mom also didn't do anything.
Stop saying dark things now. These are dark.
Yeah, but that's what happened.
Yeah, but these really dark things. Like, I mean, I joke about a lot because I'm very stupid like that. But there's some things you shouldn't. I'm probably gonna find a joke out of this, guaranteed. But I just can't do like. The point is, the continent that we come from and each individual countries in those continents breed this sort of stuff. They do. And it goes back to what we just said earlier. Like, because of the old, like, clear difference between a poor man and a rich man, the financial stability between a family and another family, the influence, clarity of this family is big enough to make this happen, this and that. It makes it easier for things like this to happen. And because of that, we are now finding things like this coming out. It doesn't mean that it's never been there.
Oh, no, of course.
But social media is now bringing it out slowly.
I know, but that's what I was talking about. But that's what I like what Ifeota said anyway. Because the bad thing, as she said, has been happening. The bad thing is we never talked about it. Because imagine, let's assume the pregnancy. Let's assume the pregnancy didn't happen, right?
I don't think we should talk about it.
This girl is gonna get to 20-something, right?
Yeah, but I don't think we should talk about this. No. I think we should, like, the moment we find somebody like that, make them make a big example.
No, but the reason I'm saying we need to talk about is like, you know, in our society, right? We like to pretend. So it becomes like when I was a kid, and I'm gonna use and I bet most Ghanaians will know these stories. You know, when you were a kid, let's say you live in a neighborhood, right? They'll be like, this man, like we used to use a tree word that when you're a kid, you don't really appreciate the word. It literally translates to somebody that likes to have sex with kids, you know. Yeah. Or you're like you just, but what I'm saying, because you're a kid, you know, I don't know if
it doesn't register, like but you know it's what you say.
It's what they say, but no, but you don't even appreciate what it truly is. So your parents will warn you, like for the girl, they warn them, do not, if this man ever calls you, do not go. Don't go sit with this man.
Yeah, but
blah,
what I'm
blah,
saying.
Blah,
Stop there. See, as a kid, you experience that. For me, that's wrong. If you have a person like that in a society like that, in my opinion, and extremely strong with my opinion, get rid of him.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
I don't even care if it's a he say, she say thing. Like, I don't, like, okay, of course you have to prove it, guaranteed, but at least social distance, okay? But take him away first, because you have kids, you can't tell kids not to be free in their own society. Like, you just can't.
But the point I'm trying to, that's what I'm saying that we
like
have,
it's like a prey versus predator type of stuff going on here.
We have this notion of even what I'm saying. The reason I was saying that is, you know, when something happens to a kid, let's say a kid, whoever he called a kid, the kid went and he gave the kid a toffee or whatever, and then he did whatever with the kid. When a kid comes out crying and it becomes a thing of, oh, he did it to this kid again or whatever it is, it becomes, we warned you not to go there. It becomes, what were you wearing?
I know, that's what I'm saying. The onus is on the child.
There we go.
Which is not supposed to be the case.
When we start talking like this, right? When we start bringing a lot of these things to the fore, it allows legislation to be a bit tight and it allows certain things.
I don't have faith in that. I really don't. because you're talking about a government that.
Yeah, but without legislation,
I don't care. I don't. This is not.
The law into your own hands.
No. This is not about what the rapist did. The rapist did. So what are you talking about? Like,
he took the law into his own.
He did. He was molesting a child for God knows how long. The mother was staying there. The mother she went to have a conversation. That's how bad it is. Like she. Yeah, can you not talk?
She probably still sleeping with the mother.
Oh, like I said, as a rapist, I'm banging the mother, and I'm molesting the child. What am I doing wrong? We need to step in as a society and go, yeah, well, let's show you what you're doing wrong. First of all, we're gonna snip. So at least your breed is never gonna be in existence anymore. That's the first thing. And second thing, you're gonna spend the rest of your life in jail. And then we're gonna publicize it. So if anybody slightly get the idea of looking at a kid in a sexual way, they will remember that this is what happened to this person. We've never done that as a society, and that's why we keep having this kind of things happen. Which goes, how many do we not even know about?
And that's why I said the talk has.
And forget the talks. Forget it.
Because people, the numbers, the point the reason I said the talking is important is this here. Like as you said, the how many. Even when we start talking about something and we're talking about people will be like, what is it? 1% of society?
Let me tell you something.
And that kind of thing.
We've known this. This is not the first case. We've talked about this many times, like a few episodes we've talked about this as well. And this always rubbed me the wrong way because kids are involved. You've even said it on a radio station. A mother was coming on the radio station to beg a man that got a child pregnant at the age of what? 13, similar 12, case? 13, yeah. 12, 13. To come look after the child.
Like look after the baby.
To come look after the child, the baby that's the unborn.
Child, if you say like
no, I mean,
child, people might think it's the 12.
Look after the baby.
We're talking about baby. It's a 12-year-old or 13.
Do you understand how much of a disturbance that creates in the society? You're not saying throw him in jail. You're saying, can you please talk to him to come and take care of his baby that he put in my 13 years old daughter?
Now let me tell you something that's even more messed up here. And this again for Ghanaians that follow Ghanaian radio. There's this radio station called Oyerepa FM, right? And they do this show, right, with Antenna or whatever she's called. And this guy, like a young girl, she might have been like 16. She's going to secondary school, right? And when it rains in Africa, like Ghana anyway, maybe something.
When it rains, it pours.
These cars are moving. The roads are messed up. The cars are moving, that kind of thing. So she was trying to go to school. It was raining. It means the cars were not moving. So she couldn't get a car to go to where school. Secondary school, boarding school. So she couldn't get a car to go. So it's getting late. This guy claims that, I know a place because I'm from that same area that you go. Because you have to stand at the bus stop. I'm from that place you go in. I know the guy.
They teach you never to get in a car.
Not even that.
A stranger's car.
No. I'll call the person because after a time they don't let you in because they think you went out and blah. He's like, and he's like the guy pretended to call them.
So she was in the boarding house.
Yeah, she's in the boarding, but she went home and then she was just going back to school. But because it was raining, it was raining for apparently hours. African rain is a whole different type of rain.
Yeah, poor girl.
And basically, this guy's like, I know to call, pretend to have made a call. He's like, yeah, it's cool. I'll take you to this.
That was just a rapist, period.
Of course. Yeah. Long story short, right? This guy, because the guy didn't even have a car. The guy eventually, they can go to this place and take a car. By the time, because it's a young girl, it's an older man, you think this man is looking out for you. Doing him here, let's go here. Long story short, it gets to 10 p.m. Now the girl is like, I'm stuck here. Like, how am I going to go sleep, blah, blah, kind of thing. The guy's no, like, my sister is a nurse, blah, blah. You can go sleep with my sister because not like me, there you. Anyway, he gets there, and the sister is, long story, the guy gets to go in the room, right? And he, normal body spray. Yeah. He's like, I've got this juju. We also believe in the law of juju and stuff like that. If I spray this on you, you will sleep for like days if you don't let me sleep with you. And because of that, the girl allowed him to do it, right? So he did it. The next day, the girl called the father and told the father that this is the situation, blah, blah.
The father did something, all right?
Now this the bit that is fucked up. Pardon my French. They basically find the guy. They come to the radio station to try and talk about it. Then they ask the girl, right, what should happen to the guy? The girl categorically says he needs to be in jail, blah, blah, because he's probably been doing this to a lot of girls, blah, blah, kind of thing. Yeah. Guess what the father said?
He needs to pay for it.
No, we have to take the girl to the hospital, find out if she's pregnant or got a disease, and then whatever you people will say, then.
What do you mean? Whatever you people will say, is that in terms of monetary aspect or in terms of what the law decides?
Well, not the law. Like the people in the radio station is not the law. And then even the radio station, the host, right, was even lamenting because she's like, there was another kid that got raped, that kind of thing, and she took it to because they back with your money. They got your lawyer. They went to the court because of just 1,000 Ghana, right? And 1,000 Ghana is just less than £200. Because of just that money, the mother of the child was like, if the guy goes to jail, how benefit does she get? She took the money, withdrew the case. Like,
cut the long story short.
And that's the point I'm trying. What I'm saying is our own people, and that's why I'm bringing it to like the mother. Even look at the mother, the way the mother handled this situation.
This is never going to change.
Okay, don't say that.
No, I'm telling you the truth. No. What do you mean? Don't say that. No. Whether I say it or I don't say it, the facts speak for itself. This is never going to change because as a culture, we encourage this. I mean, you go see on the radio station the father. The girl did the right thing in this scenario.
Of course,
she did everything right.
She did everything.
She was taken advantage of.
Yep.
So when the time was right, which was the next day, she called her father. Okay, like as a father, the first thing you should do.
I'm thinking you probably trying to kill somebody anyway.
Raged. Like people should be telling you, listen, the law is there for a reason. Don't do anything irrational. Don't do anything rational. The law is there for a reason. Let the law take care of. That's how crazy, because it's your daughter. Like what protection does she need more than the father? Like she's 16. You putting her in the world. You should be proud of your daughter coming to you and telling this kind of stuff because you probably trained that well.
It means you actually have a good relationship with her.
Yeah. And then you go on radio and go, whatever you guys decide.
Like, let's go test it. I'm like, yes, go.
And that's that part.
That should
and then another scenario where you have a lady, the girl came to her and said, listen, your husband is, I'm going to talk to him. Like, they seem the same to me.
And even when your daughter got pregnant, you didn't do anything.
They seem the same to me. So, it doesn't seem like it's going to change.
But it's like, I remember again when I was a child, we had this campaign about sending your girl child to school. And it was everywhere. They had it on radio, TV, whatever it is. Because apparently, a lot of people are not sending their girl children to school.
Why would you send a girl child to school? For what reason? Like,
getting them educated.
Oh, yeah, but... Oh, you mean... But that... That girls are getting educated now. Like, is that still a big thing?
No, I'm not talking about now. Okay. I'm saying when I was a child. Even though when I was a child, there were still women professors and there were still women in all those kinds. But what I'm saying, there was a huge campaign.
But that's still mentality, though.
I'm just saying, but there was a huge
and
campaign.
That's more leaning towards the fathers.
Yeah, and then
fathers always think like
you're gonna get married and fine. Yeah. But the point I'm trying to make is after that, and because free education and everything, female education went up. The same way going to hospitals, right? Like for women that were pregnant. A lot of them were not going because of monetary things and whatever it is, and people would like to go do the whatever, and they wait till very late, or when they have complications, that's when. And the government did all this awareness stuff of go to the hospital, and even in 2000 to 2000.
So what do you think they should do?
The point I'm trying to make is
they should educate the kids,
not just the kids, the adults, because the reason I'm saying the
adults don't need education, they need punishment.
I'm not talking about the guy that's raping.
No. I'm talking about all of them. They need punishment. All of them. The adults don't need this. They need punishment.
Okay, how do you punish this woman?
Throw them in jail.
What are you going to do with a kid? We can foster kids. Because fostering kids is a big deal in the country. There's a lot of kids out on the street. So what do you do with a kid?
Okay, that's probably a problem. And I agree with you on that. But we'll figure that out. Throw them in jail first of all.
Are you a soldier? Do before complain.
Throw them in jail first of all. I get that. But because clearly you're not protecting these kids.
That's why you need education.
Now, explain to me. What you going to educate the father on? A father that sits in the radio station and says, whatever you people decide. What are you going to educate that man on? What education does he need to be able not to do that? Explain to me. Or explain to me when a daughter comes to a mother and says, look, I'm being molested by your man. Let me talk to him. What? And the mother says that to her daughter. What are you going to say or educate those two people?
Because you educate them about the trauma that their kids are going to go through. And
they already know
important.
They already know
No, I don't think so.
They do. They do that. Let me tell you what it is. Let me
rape shows that we're not.
No, we do.
Because
we just don't care.
No,
because
because the way the father talked, like that one, the way the father talked, and even the trouble he went through, the trouble he went through to find the guy, like all shows that he cared.
No, now, let me tell you why I say we just don't care. Something supersedes another. The scenario you just gave, the mother took it to court, right? And then she
took it to court. It was just a radio.
Yeah, but they took it to court.
Yeah,
and then she goes, "How's that going to benefit me if he goes in jail? Give me the 1,000 Ghana cedis. That's a beneficial thing to me." So, him being punished, like her getting the money supersedes him being punished. But what she doesn't get is the fact that this could happen to somebody else. This could also happen to your daughter again. Your daughter needs to see that whatever she has gone through shouldn't define her because the person has been punished. None of that was looked into, other than the fact that I need the money.
But maybe you didn't understand that. That's the point
I'm trying to make. I'm telling you, if you start punishing people, then they will start understanding that.
The mother.
What do you think I'm saying? You think I'm talking about the rapist? That one is already done. Get rid of him. But the mothers start punishing people. But then you can't depend on the government, right? Because the government, I don't care anyways. You guys do whatever you want to do with each other. Clearly, we can see that with our government officials. They don't care. Let's be honest with each other. Legislation, laws. If you broke and you have a court case against a rich person, that case could be in court for the next 10 years. It's not like it's not gonna get filed. It's gonna get filed, but it's not gonna see the light of day in court. That's just the truth. Because you broke. You don't have enough money to pay a lawyer that's gonna fight for your case. But if you're rich, you can even bury the case because you're rich. So with that being said, it's all about the currency. But we need to let people understand. It doesn't matter how big you are in terms of influence, in terms of money you have. If you do this, the society will not stand for it. And we, the members of society, need to make them understand that. Period. But we're not doing that. So it goes back to what I'm saying to you. I don't see it changing. I really don't. As sad as it makes me to say that, the fact of saying that to me. Because we're in 2020. And there's still no way forward on this nonsense. A girl of 13 years old is getting molested and the mother is saying, let me go talk to the person that's molesting. Are you kidding me? You should be going there all gone blazing. But I guess if the sex game is right? Of course you're going to go talk to him.
Let's wrap up.
No,
I don't know what else to say.
No, because there's no, this is really, really, I mean, she even coming on Instagram and saying that, it's like, nah, that's the symptoms you're talking about. Eradicate the problems. Just get rid of it.
And again, that's why I said I agree with it. The point is, it's just my personal belief. And I'm just basing it again on when I was living there, my notion of these things. My education level on that. And I stayed in Ghana for a while. And the way
So you think because you got educated, you were the better for it?
Yes, because the point is, that's what I'm saying. Even when we used to even hear, somebody have been raped.
So what would the education be? What made you better for it with your education that you got about this particular situation?
Especially the trauma that people that have been raped go through. When I was a child, again, I'm just using...
So you're thinking if we were educated on the trauma, that would help us...
And how it affects people long term. It's like what she was saying, when people grow up, even, the reason I'm saying that...
Are you talking about this for the victims and the people that are related to the victim or the actual person that victimized?
No. Those ones, they are sick. That one is not
okay. Cool.
But I'm talking about the victim themselves plus the family of the victim. The reason I'm saying that is even when I was a child, even kids that get raped and those kind of stuff, nobody gives them no psychological help. Our first instinct is hush. You don't tell anybody because of the...
Yeah, well, that's because of our society.
I'm just saying. But that's what I said. We all need to. Because if you all understand that, we all be sympathetic towards somebody that is a victim rather than, making the victim get punished twice for something that they have no control over.
I'm saying, they know these things you're talking about.
That's why I said that's what
I said they know.
The reason I'm saying most of them don't know. I lived in Ghana till 16 or so, right? And at 16, you think you have enough sense. I'm not saying you have all the sense. You have at least a notion of what happens in the country. And again, the reason I say they don't know is this, right? If a woman can send their 12-year-old to go to this because the one that we're talking about that they were saying the teacher should come look after the child. He didn't rape the child. Now it's a child. You could say
I call it rape.
No. Yes.
I don't care whether they send the child to him or he went and say, I want to marry your daughter.
No, there's a difference between even statutory rape. The point, and there's even a difference between customary marriages, like where an older man comes to that. That's not how it happened. I'll tell you how it happened. This teacher, again, forget let's suspend for a second that the child is young and you could just use a little bit of a big man's sense to beat this kid. I'm just trying to talk on the lower end of the spectrum. He was able to chat up this girl. Let's put it that way.
Okay, cool.
Let's put it that way.
I mean, I find it impossible, but,
but let's put it that way.
I'm following you so far. Like,
this child was actually interested, because the child said that, actually interested in sleeping with this, teacher. This child actually went home to talk to the mother about this teacher showing an interest. This teacher actually came to the house, have a conversation with the kid's mother about have an interest in your daughter. And then when she finished junior secondary, I'll help her pursue her senior secondary education. This mother on evenings will send this daughter who is interested in sleeping with this teacher to go and sleep in the teacher's house. Now, the only problem came, and the only reason why it ended up on radio is the fact that when the girl got pregnant, when she got pregnant, the teacher didn't want to take responsibility in terms of paying for the upkeep of the child. And that's the only reason why I came on. I'm saying this, as I said, suspend the age for a second anyway.
I'm with you.
I'm saying this to say that this woman, the mother, right, you can blame poverty and those kind of stuff. And the reason I say is it probably have less to do with poverty and probably more to do with her mindset. Somebody can cater for my daughter. And she's not thinking about the trauma of a 12-year-old being in a sexual relationship with, an older man and what it can lead to and all these other things. As a matter of fact, she probably have no appreciation for that situation. That's my thoughts. And therefore, if you start educating people about the implications, especially when it comes to rape and the implications of it on people's adult life come, when they grow up.
You want to hear my thoughts?
Then it's a problem.
You want to hear my thoughts? You can educate them all you want. It will make a dent. It will make a difference.
And that's why I would say you're a pessimist.
Because they already know. Because they already know, Nana.
I don't think they
do. They already, dude. Come on. You don't carry a baby for 9 months for nothing as a mother. You don't. Okay? You carry a baby for 9 months. That incubator in your belly does a lot of stuff, and it does a lot of stuff to your body. So as a mother, you could have aborted the baby. You decided not to. You could have given the baby up. You decided not to. So you already know what it means as a female, what it means to have sex, what it means to get pregnant, what it means to have a child. So you already have an emotional connection to your child. So you really, really do care about your child. Because at every point in time, you could terminate or give away that baby. You didn't. So of course you already know. But here's the thing though. Though you trivialize it about poverty and society and everything, but it plays a huge role from the places we come from. It does. And sadly to say, that's the reason why we're having this conversation. Because of the society we come from. Because of the poverty rate that we come from. Because people have no future. The reason why in Europe, things like this are not coming up is, dude, most people they're okay. So it would be a lot. You would have to do a lot to convince a woman that's carried a baby for 9 months, that didn't terminate a pregnancy, that didn't give the baby up when she gave birth to the baby, to go, I think the baby is old enough for me to do some stuff with at the age of 12. So how about you send your child to me? You would have to, it wouldn't even happen, okay? The mother itself would probably have to give that up for you to even, it wouldn't happen. But over there, it does happen because of the situation that they're in. That's why a father can say, whatever you guys decide. Because what that means in that statement is saying is, if it comes to money, we can talk. It's that simple. It's that simple. That's why a mother can say, if he stays in jail, what's going to benefit me? Just give me the 1,000 Ghana cedis, and then we'll call it a day, because I know what that 1,000 Ghana cedis is going to do to my life right now. But him rotting in jail, we're not getting anything for that. That's why. You mess around with a rich man's daughter and see what. Go meet a rich man as a rich man. Meet another rich man and say, I think your daughter is, let me see what I could do with you. You try that. Try it. I mean, honestly, just you know, mess around and just. I mean, you call it, I'm joking. It's a joke. I joke. Try that. I don't see if you land yourself in jail first before they actually believe you're joking. Okay. So they already know, and I already know these things. And the mothers and the fathers that are doing this would tell you, what else am I meant to do? They will tell you that. So think about it. I'd rather get paid than him being in jail. So what I'm telling you is, take that off the table. Don't give them another opportunity to say that, because 9 times out of 10, they will take it. I guarantee you that. You only find that one idiot, someone like me, that will go down on my principle. And then if I do that, my community are going to go, he's very stupid. They will excommunicate me in my community because I did something they couldn't do. And that's probably what's been happening to people that stand up. Because don't tell me you don't have a family member, at least one that goes, are you guys idiots? And they'll just go, yeah, the meeting is over. And then everybody will call themselves and be like, apart from him, let's talk. You know, these people, yeah, what they did is really bad. But this man is saying he will pay for school fees. He will pay for this. He will pay for that. On top of that, they give me a new house. Think about it, Papa. Don't do this. Okay? Don't go to the police. This is within the family. They've done that many times. So you educating them, yeah, you might, educate if you want. But I don't think it will solve anything, though. I think if you punish people and let people understand, which is first of all, the people, the actual predators themselves, if they'll understand that, not only are you going to get castrated, not only are you going to spend 50 years in jail, you might lose your life. It doesn't mean the tendencies are going to go away. It just means most of these people that have the tendency would think twice before they actually carry out those tendencies. That's all I'm saying. Because it's our time, what we want to sit down and talk about this stuff, while we're talking about people have been victimized right now. What you need to do is say, as a community, because if you wait for the government, legislation is going to take time. He has to go through this process. Yeah, no. That idiot is not waiting for a process. He's taking that child right now and he's doing something to that child right now. A 13-year-old girl, man, come on. She's not even 18. Where we can go, okay, maybe, she shouldn't have done it like the R. Kelly thing. She shouldn't have done it, but she's old enough. The reason why R. Kelly took so long is because he only did Aaliyah and one other young girl. But the other girl, they were old enough. So we didn't really see it because we thought, this girl should know what they're doing. Come on, you're old enough. But 13 years old, come on. Nah, I don't know how to have this conversation without getting emotional. And if this ever happened, I'll end up in jail. Seriously. If this ever happened to any of my family members or somebody, I'll end up in jail. Because I won't listen to reason. Because that animal did not see reason. Okay? So why should I listen to reason? Okay? It's that simple. Because to me, if you do that, you're an animal. Because it means you can't think. It means you want what you want when you want it. And when an animal wants what they want and get what they want, sometimes they meet a bigger animal that says, well, not today. Okay? Not today. So let's just I don't even know, man. Like right now, this is definitely one of the emotional ones for me. Because like anytime we talk about sexual molestation and stuff, it's not good. Like it's really not. Like because you've basically traumatized a kid, and that kid is going to go on to be a standing member of society, as traumatized as they are, and probably going to have a child and stuff, and then that's going to carry over. And then they all of a sudden don't know what's happening in their life, but a lot of stuff is happening that it was bad decisions that they took or did based on what happened to them, and they didn't know.
Again, and that's where the education comes in.
Well, even for both that kid, you can educate. No. The traumatized ones, yes, you can educate them. But I'm saying the person that did it and the people that allowed it to be done, punish the craziness out of them. Okay? Make them an example. So if people like us, normal individuals in the society, have the tendency to do something like that, we would think twice. I mean, they did that in this country. Okay? Your kids ain't going to school. We're not going to talk to the child. We're going to throw you, the parents, in jail. And then ask you why you in jail, why didn't your child go to school? See how many, if your child say they want to go to school, you know how many parents go, I'm not going to go to jail because of you. Go to school. Okay? And that's why we have a lot of kids in school. Because they made it a mandatory thing to go, if your child is not in school and you can't give a good explanation why your child is in school, we're going to punish you. And a lot of parents sit up and took to that. We need to do the same thing for most of the stuff in Africa. And we have to. Except our government, you know how they are. You know, they buy jets. So, people, it's been an interesting conversation, like I said. Not a lovely one, though. So, I guess you're right, because this is definitely not a lovely one. This is definitely a dark one. I don't know how we'll go ahead. I mean, I'm trying to make a joke out of it, but as you can tell, I've tried. It didn't work. It didn't work. So, people, I'll leave it here up until next time. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the Wahaala Podcast, the Wahaala Boys. Peace.